Hey guys, good morning from Bali, from the beach. I wanted to come on and share something with you guys because I've been hearing this, as I always do, I've been hearing this conversation a lot, having this conversation a lot with people, and I wanted to bring it to you as well. Because a lot of people that I talk to have been saying that they're feeling confused or feeling lost, anxious, or overeating. So this looks like eating cake when you don't want to on a regular basis, or chips or ice cream or whatever it is. And although food addiction is not my story, I mean, there was a time where I ate a bag of chips almost every night, before I moved to Bali, so like 4 or 5 years ago. But I think it's something that a lot of us struggle with. A lot of us struggle with this, basically it's compulsively not wanting to feel, right? Doing something to not feel. And so I wanted to hop on and talk to you about that in case that's something that you're facing right now. And if you keep feeling guilty because you keep eating things that you don't want to eat, or you generally feel anxious or lost or confused in life. And what I want to say is that, hey, say hi if you guys are there. What I've noticed with the people that I've worked with and what I've noticed in my own experience, until we meet our deepest pain, we're going to be a slave to it. So until we actually go into our pain, we're going to be running from it. And the way that I look at the spiritual journey, or the evolution of our soul and our spirit in this human incarnation, right, is step one is we run from our pain. We run from our pain and we try to prove our lovability and show that we're worthy of love, and we try to achieve things and to show that we're worthy of love, right? And so step two then of the journey is when we stop running from our pain and we turn around and we face it. And then step three would be when we no longer are running from our pain, we're actually proactively creating something because we want to, because it's an expression of our soul, not because we're trying to hide from anything or get away from anything. Hi guys. Look how, just had to show you, I was just walking on the beach and I was like, I gotta like let them peep this ocean vibe for a second, because not all of you have been to Bali, and I want you to at least share a bit of Bali with you. Hatiku, my heart. And so you're not alone. You're not alone if you keep eating things that you don't want to eat, or you keep texting somebody that you don't want to text, like an ex, or you keep drinking something you don't want to drink, or you keep smoking something you don't want to smoke. This is what we do. This is what we do as humans. We do things that we don't want to do because we don't actually want to feel. That's what's underneath the hood. That's what's underneath the surface, is there's feelings in our body that we don't want to feel. And well, guess what? What is self-doubt? Self-doubt is we're doubting ourselves because we don't know who we are. Right? Because we're running from ourselves. We're running from our pain. We don't want to feel our pain. We're going to do anything to blow our mind on demand so that we don't have to feel our pain. It might look like a lot of Facebook. It might look a lot like a lot of Netflix and chill. It might look like a lot of compulsively doing something to avoid what's actually happening inside us. So I want you guys to notice that. I want you guys to notice when you actually have a feeling that you don't want to feel, and it's subtle, right? And then you go and you do something else instead. Because the way out is through. Like, we've heard these cliches before, but it's the truth. So the way to stop running from our pain and being a slave to our pain and being in the bondage of running from our pain is to face it. So what does that mean? How do we face our pain? And so what we do, and so if you're overeating or you're overdoing anything and you're regretting your behavior later, it's likely that it's because you don't want to feel. So ask yourself, like, get honest with yourself. Instead of doing that behavior next time, or that activity, or whatever it is, check in with how you feel. Put a mindfulness before you do that activity. So instead of just stop overeating, put mindfulness before you overeat, to check in with yourself. What am I actually feeling? What am I avoiding? What am I running from? It's really, really powerful. It's super transformative, because the way that I see it is like, we have anything that we never felt before is still in our body. It's energy. The energies are trapped in our system. And so the way out is to release them. We release them one at a time. Let's say 100 times you didn't want to feel. And so you did something to not feel. That energy is in your body. And by bringing your attention when it's revealed in the present, we don't have to dig through our past, but when our feeling comes up in the present and we're triggered by something or we feel uncomfortable, we drop our attention out of our mind and go into our body, and then we're feeling. And then that one is released, and it is gone forever from our system, never to be back. So then what we do is we do that the next time, and we just keep releasing one by one. And what we're doing is we're dropping the dead weight. The tar, the stuff, the heavy stuff that's weighing us down is then released, and it is no longer there. So we're freeing ourselves energetically from the past so that we can be more aligned with who we actually are instead of a slave to not wanting to feel. So, and the way that we do this is by total allowance. And this is actually self-love. This is acceptance. This is like the big girl, big boy stuff. So when you allow your feelings, They're actually not even very long, and they're actually not even very bad. It's so crazy how as humans we'll do anything not to feel, but it's actually not even that bad. So when we allow our feelings, this is how we do it, because we have a story. We have a story of it's always been this way, it's always going to be this way, it means that I'm not lovable, I fucked up again, whatever it is, whatever the mental racket is, we drop out of that story and we notice literally where we feel something in our body. Do I feel it in my chest? Do I feel it in my legs? Where am I feeling this sensation that I'm trying to avoid? So we drop into our feelings, and that right there, that's the alchemy, that's the transformation. We actually go into the energy that is in our system. We notice the sensations, and then it blows through us. And then we can decide if we want to still eat something or smoke something or whatever it is, right? So so that's really super cool that it's so easy. It's not even that bad. Feelings are not that bad. I mean, as a former person who almost drank myself to death, right? So I'm an alcoholic, I'm sober. But so what does that mean? That means that I was poisoning myself on a regular basis so I didn't have to feel. But feeling actually isn't that bad. You know, I see grief on there. I have found grief to be incredibly tremendous, and that's actually what the deep healing work is, or was for me, was going through meeting my deepest, darkest pain. It's all grief. It's all things that I haven't grieved before. So this isn't specifically in talking about grief of loss of a loved one, but it's grief of the childhood that I didn't have, or what I didn't get or what I did get. We all have that from childhood, right? So grieving some of the trauma that I went through, because it actually shifted and changed my life and set me up for a whole different trajectory of life. So grieving the life that I didn't get to live that I always wanted to since I was a kid because of the trauma. So spending that time, and I had this noodle-shaped pillow in Bali, and I just hugged the pillow and I just bawled my eyes out. And what I love about grief, it is so all-consuming, it is so rich, dropping my attention out of the story and just into the feeling and letting my heart erupt, letting my heart blow open. And then you have an open heart. And then you're free. And then you're not running from fucking anything. You're running to what you want, but not from anything. Because we can't outrun ourselves. It's about flying. It's about flying. It's, woo! So all that stuff that we've never felt just weighs us down. And so my invitation to you is if you're noticing that you're eating on a regular basis when you don't want to, or doing some other behavior, is that you start to allow some of your feelings, that you start to go into them. You start to notice them, be curious of them, drop the word of what actually the name of the feeling, drop the name pain, and go into sensation. What is this sensation doing? What does it want to tell me? Become curious to your sensations in your body. I'm actually going to put a link, this is what I would dare you guys to do. I'm going to put a link in the comments when I get off live, because I made a really beautiful guided meditation. It's on YouTube. It's actually for pain, but pain is the same as grief, as love, as anything. When I talking about it in terms of sensations in our body, it's energy in our body. So when I do the guided meditation on pain, think of it like whatever emotion you're feeling, because whatever we refuse to feel owns us. We have to run from it. We have to do shit we don't want to do. So that's it, guys. Check out my guided meditation. I hope you're having a beautiful day. Let's see if this will work. Let's see if I can actually go in the ocean while I'm talking to you. Ah! Will it work? Will it work? Who knows? Adventures on the beach in the morning. So for most of you guys, it's probably evening. Wherever you are in the world, tell me where you are in the world. I wonder if I can literally be live from inside in the ocean. It's almost happening. Ah! Woo! Ah! Oh my God, I'm getting wet. Okay, cool. Live from inside the ocean. What's up, people? Yeah, feel your feelings. That's the message. Everything, for me, everything started opening up at that point. Everything started opening up in my life. And it's self-love. It's self-love. It's loving yourself enough to let yourself release the shit that's holding you back emotionally, lodged inside your body. So that you don't have to do the shit you don't want to do anymore. And that you can do the stuff that you do want to do now. And that's where we learn courage. And that's where we really get free. Because it's all about freedom, right? That's what we want. We want to be free. And that's what I want for you guys. So check out that guided meditation. Let me know what you think about that. And I hope you're having a beautiful, beautiful day. I love you guys. Bye.